Welcome everyone to another episode of Cracked Dice Gaming. This is Captain Chikaka here, and this is my very first TTS video. Just having some fun with a little bit of Han Biggs here, grabbing some cards, and I am playing Dryden-Pryce. So, interesting deck. You know, Dryden-Pryce certainly has its advantages. So I'm looking here. So, you know, the mods, I usually don't try to get my obviously with this Biggs Han deck, it's got the Falcon, really powers this deck. I'm usually not trying to get that out round one. I think it's better round two, honestly, because I just need the mitigation, especially coming out. You know, Biggs is so spongy, so I'm really looking for maybe like a Dug-In or something like that. Oh, man, I grabbed a few cards. So whatever you do, don't hit the the button twice, the number buttons twice, or you get a bunch of cards. I think I grabbed 44. Which is just basically all the cards. So I'm keeping the Suppression. Suppression is a really great deck, really great card against the deck I'm playing against. Dryden can be really powerful. He's got that 3-side, so keeping the Suppression around. We'll see what we get here. And okay, not a bad pull here. Also, got the partnership, Dug-In. I was really hoping for that Dug-In. That really helps keep the sustainability on Biggs. Biggs is only that 9-point character, so getting that Dug-In, getting those 3 shields could be really great. Now I just got to get my battlefield. Let's see what we get on the roll-off. And I get 4 to his, yes. All right, they get 3 or 2. So of course, I'm going to take my battlefield. Feed's just such a broken, especially with this neutral character. I can basically, you know, start Feed, I can exhaust it, and still take that second action, so it really helps. So that's what I'm going to do here. I exhaust my Feed, grab a resource. Pay a resource, I'll dig in on Biggs, of course, and grab those 3 shields, keep them alive. So now I'm sitting pretty good. You know, that first round can be really tough for this deck, and as long as I can get some shields on Biggs round 1, and get my battlefield, get Feed, I'm actually doing quite well. So he rolls up Price first. I think he's thinking mitigation might be coming his way. See what he does here. A 2 and a blank and a resource. So I'm not too worried about that 2. Take a little bit of damage, you know. What I really don't want to see is like a 3 come up, or like a 2 and a 3, or 2 3s, or something like that. That could be really painful. So I'll roll out Han here, hoping for some resource sides. Those resource sides are really great. Don't get it. Just a blink and a 2. Okay, so what do we got here? So, yep. Oh, the bait and switch. So bait and switch to a special. Yep. And then resolve the special. So, oh, mobilize. Oh, that's a good pull for him. I mean, that's a really great pull. That's a great card to have in that deck. Grab those 4 resources if he's got any big upgrades in his hand, or if he's got, you know, some kind of big support in his hand that could really help out and really get his game going here. So now I'll roll out Biggs. Oh, great rollout for Biggs. I love those +2s. So I'm showing 6 damage, unless he's got some mitigation in his hand. I'm hoping he doesn't. We'll see. This Dryden deck will play probably, oh, there it is. Yep. I'm guessing this Dryden deck's playing a lot of big cards, you know, like the reversals, a lot of 3-cost upgrades. So I'll do 4. I'm going to do it to Dryden. Dryden's certainly the powerhouse behind this deck. Once he's dead, you know, it's pretty much a good game. So yeah, so I'm guessing he's got a lot of big cards, probably some big supports, you know, a lot of big cost upgrades. So I'm sure he's got the Dark Saber. Let's see what he rolls. Okay, double focus, I can handle that. I wish this one was blank. Boy, if it would just been that special. I so love the special on Han. It's so nice. I'm just going to claim here. I really want to get to the roll off. I want the claim ability. Okay, 2, I can take 2. So I got 4 on Han. Not so bad. Not a bad start. Biggs is still looking good. I can take a little bit of damage on Han. Still got my suppression out, so just in case he does roll a really awesome roll. So I'm going to take my 4 resources here. This is what I was really kind of hoping for. I just get to start the round. I can feed probably. So we get my hand first. Oh, Dug-In. So I might just do the Dug-In first. The dorsal turret. So I got some mods to put on my Falcon, which is great. And I think, yeah, I'm just going to feed. Take my extra action, my resource. I can grab my Falcon onto my deck with the AR. Armored support, if you don't know what that is, basically you can grab anything out of your discount pile of your deck, any vehicle, upgrade, decreasing its cost by 1. So this Falcon is costing me 1 or 3 resources. So now this is the power behind the deck. So now I can activate Biggs, I can activate the Falcon, and the Falcon gives me the opportunity to activate Han, and so I can roll all my decks at once. Just a really, really fascinating deck. And this partnership can be really, really great, you know, so I can spend a resource and I can resolve all my dice with partnership. So that just really is amazing. I'm going to, let's see, yep, I'm going to put a dorsal turn on the Falcon. So I get to roll this die in, which is just really great. So I can roll it in, resolve it, and then roll it back in. Oh, yeah, what else I was looking for? I get that one gun, just do a little bit more damage to Dryden. That's what I really need. Got to get some damage on him with that 13 health. It's not super awesome, but I mean, it's still pretty good. Even just 1 more health, you know, than the 12-point big characters. For the point cost, I don't think it's really worth it. But I'm just going to dig in here. I'm a little concerned about he's going to go for Han again, which I'm sure he will with that 3. And I don't need the resources for anything else, so okay. He's going to search his deck, see what he gets. Okay, Tac Mac doesn't help him much. So he gets 2 turns, so he can resolve and claim, or which I'm sure he's not going to. I'm sure he's got some kind of mitigation. So he goes. It's me for 3, so that dug-in really worked out great. You know, the dug-ins can be really amazing in this deck, or if you play against a fast deck, it can be really kind of painful because you're not controlling the battlefield as much. However, there's hardly any decks that are faster than this. Maybe a couple different decks. Maybe a Yoda deck can be really fast with your special chaining. Other than that, or if you get the 4-speed, some of those 4-speed decks can still be kind of brutal. So this is what I love about this deck. So this deck works out amazing. So you get to roll out your Biggs, then you roll out your Falcon with its support, or upgrade rather, and then this is the best part. So I get a 3 and a blank, and I get to re-roll this for some max damage. Oh, and I get the +2. That's amazing. So now I can just get at least 1 damage side here. Okay, nope, don't get it. So I was really hoping for a range side, so just in case he's got mitigation in his hand, I can stick some stuff off. Okay, so he's got best defense. That's okay. You know, it's not great. I was hoping to do that to Dryden, but you know, I gotta kill her eventually, so it's not all bad. So let's see here. I wish I had some more damage. I do love this. I love this Honda. I love the special on him. I can show one of my cards, so I'm going to show off the astromech. I really don't want to give away the partnership, which is it's neutral anyway. The other cards. So the astromech, I don't really care if he knows I have that, so it's worth showing that. So the resource, so I get the resource. So Han's ability, of course, his special is. You can do 2 indirect damage, and if you show a neutral character, a hero card, you can grab a resource. So for villain, you can get one of the resources. So yep, I'm going to use my my R2 astromech, pay 2 to roll this back in. See if I can get some max damage. Okay, not a great roll. I really needed something better than that. So I got double blanks and a 4 for buck, and I have no resources. I really want to keep that partnership, so I'm just going to get rid of this. Triple laser turret is really a great card because you can't get rid of my die, but I don't know if I'm going to get it off any place, so let's see what I got here. 2/2. Ouch. Painful. Man, I wonder if I should do these Biggs dice. No, I'm just going to reroll these 2. Come on, give me a 2. Come on, 2 range. Let's see. Nothing. Oh, I do get the resource, so at least I can do the 4 indirect. Not a total waste, but man, that really stinks. You know, having to reset and don't getting the 2 damage. I mean, that seems to happen to me all the time. I got these 2+2s sitting there, and I can't get the die. I mean, you know, I've got a chance, 1 in 3 chance on Han and 1 in 3 chance on the Falcon. I can't seem to hit it. All right, so this aerial advantage card is really amazing. You know, when you've got, especially if you've got a support out, you got a red character, and with a mod, it really does some amazing disruption to your opponent's turn. I also, of course, partnership helps me to get everything out, and I can spend that resource to resolve it all. So that could be just really painful. So I put these partnerships in this deck. But this might be a really good option for this deck. You know, I'm playing the hit and runs, but if Biggs dies, then it kind of hurts. But the partnerships, you know, that really works great with Han. If it's just Han and the Falcon left, I can roll out and still resolve. So I got of course, the hyperspace jumps, one of the most broken cards still in the game. He plays a dorsal turret. I just think this is another, it's worth it. You know, having the 3 dice on the Falcon, it's just hard to mitigate all those. I don't think he's playing a ton of mitigation. I'm sure he's got some reversals and some big mitigation cards, but he's got this is the one thing I don't like about this Dryden deck. It's just so random. So I'm going to play this partnership, of course. Now I can roll out resolve. I have the 1 resource. So this gives me an opportunity for 0 cost. I can roll out my character, which doesn't really matter because I can roll them out anyway. What I'm really looking for is the ability to reroll. So just making sure I've seen that right. So yep. So I can roll out that, roll out my Falcon, and my Falcon gives me the ability to roll out another character. So I love this. So Biggs gives us the opportunity to reroll dice again. So we're going to reroll these 2 mod dice. And 200x not bad, you know, I mean, it's not what I was looking for, but better than nothing, I guess. So I just need some range damage. Come on, Han. Oh, okay, so resource and a special. Okay, the special is not so bad. I can grab a resource off that. Resource is always great, especially when I got a hyperspace jump in my hand. That just can be really broken, really disrupt the turn. Okay, so he's rolling out Dryden here. Of course, he gets a special on Dryden. And then the Vibro Cutlass. Look, that can be so powerful. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I can't play the aerial advantage over the battlefield. Whoops. So here we go. Keeps telling me. Yeah, I'm figuring this out eventually here. Oh, that's right. Yep. Oh, can't play it. Yeah, so that Vibro Cutlass is really broken on these yellow characters. I mean, man, you know, I'm gonna pay the resource for it, and it can really do some damage really quick. All right, so I can't get rid of anything, so I might as well just do some damage here. I'm gonna do the 2 card resource. I'm really close to that hyperspace jump, so I'm gonna show my aerial advantage, you know, as it has that in my hands anyway. So I've got the 2 resources showing on Biggs and Han, so you know, the hyperspace jump is certainly possible. And if he messes around too much, which he did, great. I pulled out the tank, which helps me. So his support deck is so slow that it helps me, because with the hyperspace jumps, I need him to be slow so I can grab resources. So I'm gonna grab resources here. Yep, he'll do the 4. Okay. Sure he pays for that. He doesn't like to pay. If you ever play Crank and Chewy on the TTS, make sure he pays for stuff. He is notorious for not paying. I get it. You just don't think about it. So I'm gonna get rid of one of these aerial advantages. I don't need 2 in my hand really. I really need the damage. This is a heavy aggro deck. I really feel like it's, you know, if at all you want to do damage, that's the key to this deck. Is just do as much damage as fast as possible. Don't hold on to cards. Don't, you know, unless you're playing some kind of crazy mill deck or something like that. You know, you really want to do damage. So I'll do the Falcon 2. So I'm getting Dryden up there. He's at 8 of the 13 damage I got to do. And the great thing about that Vibro Cutlass is it moves over to Price, and he really doesn't help him much. So he's going to turn. Let's see. I bet you he turns to the 3, kills me. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Yep. 3 damage, kills Han. That kind of stinks, but what are you gonna do? Didn't have anything. I could have faced. I guess I could have hyperspace jump, but maybe that might have been a better option here. But I still got a Biggs. I still got a Falcon, and they've got 8 damage in each of his characters. Oh, and I got roll here with a 2/2. So that's really gonna hurt. He's got to take a bunch of that. Of course, he's got into the crosshairs. That's such a powerful card. Boy, if you get into the crosshairs off on the right time and all that, it can really hurt. So okay, so roll the blank. That really helped out. So I'll take another resource here. So I'm just hoping he's going to pitch his cards and hit really nothing. If he gets nothing, if he gets a 3 or less, I'll just take the damage. And I want the claim. Yep. So I'm gonna. So it's worth taking the damage. I know it could have hit hyperspace jump. I really want to save that for next round. I really need that, and so I'm hoping to just hit and run basically. or get a partnership or something so I can get my playoff here. So what do I get? Okay, not great. Well, the retreat helps, but that's not ideal. So yeah, let's see. Roll out bigs here. I'm not going to feed because I don't get the 2/2s will work. I don't get the I don't have a neutral characters to get the extra action, so I'll save that. Roll out and see what I get. Okay, so 2/2 and 1, so 1 gun. I'm going to re-roll. So I need some more damage. I really need the damage sides. Oh, the 2 again. Man, that Falcon keeps rolling me the 2. So I get 6 showing. I don't know why he doesn't mitigate. This is what I don't understand. Like, I've got 6 showing. Of course, I'm going to kill the Dryden. I can't imagine he doesn't have any mitigation in his hand. He's got 2 resources, so let's see what comes out of his hand here. So kill off Dryden. That's not a big deal. Or that's a pretty big deal. You know, kill off Dryden. I still got the Falcon off the 2 resources. I still have hyperspace jump, so he's got for the 4. I don't think I want to take that kind of damage, so I think I'm just going to hyperspace jump here. Maybe my best option. I could suppress a fire, but it's only character dice, so yep, we'll hyperspace jump. I'm not going to take 4 damage. That's a downside with Biggs, is he's just kind of spongy. So we'll reset. The great thing is, so I got the battlefield. Didn't get to claim the feed, which is fun. That's one thing I love about having Han still active. I'm gonna get rid of these 2 honor guards. It's just not really helping me. My deck needs to be fast, and those just slow me down way too much. Okay, not great. I was hoping for some mitigation. Second chance is worthless to me. The BB-8, I'm just not gonna get that played out unless, you know, towards the end maybe. So I'm gonna just roll these out here all at once, save some time, and re-roll what I need. I just need a 2. So I got a 2. 2 shields and 2 indirect, so mixed damage, that's always great. And 2 and a 2, so I'm guessing he probably can't mitigate that. I'll have to do 2 damage on that price, and it's GG. He's got to do a whole bunch, and since he doesn't have hyperspace jumps, he doesn't have anything. I still have my hyperspace jump. Let's see. Okay, social. Okay. There's the table flip. Alright, so that was another episode of Cracked Dice Gaming, my first episode doing some TTS, so having lots of fun with that. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the likes, if you would. If you like this video, please like it at the bottom. We would sure appreciate that. We also have a podcast that we do on CastBox. We also do, we air that same podcast under Cracked Dice Gaming. Myself and a couple of friends of mine, and we air that podcast on our YouTube channel under Cracked Dice Gaming. So check out those podcasts. It's usually a weekly podcast. Sometimes we're a day or 2 late or whatever, but usually we get one done a week. And eventually we're hoping to do like a live thing where we'll get some questions and answers and stuff like that. So just having a good time. If you love TTS, if you love playing especially Destiny on TTS, you really enjoy playing Star Wars Destiny, we want to hear from you. We want to connect with you and just have fun playing this game together. So anyway, this is Captain Shikaka signing off.